Not only is Tandy Bradford a head coach, but her husband, Josh Bradford, is the skipper of the Lord's baseball team. In part 2 of No Days Off, Tandy takes us through what life is like with 2 leaders in the household. You mentioned the opportunities that you've had. How have each of your stops led you to where you are now here at St. Ursula?
You know, it's very ironic because when I first, people don't really know this, but when I was playing at Thomas More, Coach Elin was actually at Xavier. And I had met him on a recruiting visit because my husband was going there to go to school. So our paths had crossed early. So then when I left and we went out and we were trying to figure out what I was going to do, and I was really hitting the pavement hard for every college job that was out there. And I ended up at Kentucky Wesleyan. Our paths kept crossing in recruiting because he was here at Toledo. Tricia was actually at Evansville. All of us just kept crossing paths. And then, ironically, he had a job open. And, you know, because our paths had crossed, I was able to come up here, and my son was born here. And the circle, I always call it the Lin Duncan Circle, is pretty tight. And some of the women I had met led me to Michelle Joseph down at Georgia Tech, and some of the men knew that I had had a baby, that I had a husband that played baseball. Atlanta is a big baseball town, so it was easy for him to get a job down there. So, you know, with that, my first year at Toledo was Corey Mee's first year at Toledo, and that's when he met my husband. So while we were in Georgia, Corey had a job open and called Josh up and said, hey, do you want to come back to Toledo? So it came full circle at the college level for us, and very, very grateful for all those opportunities. Learning how to coach at the high school level is different when you've been at the college level so long. It's just a different side of the game, and I'm very fortunate to have some really, really good coaches in this area that really helped me cultivate that. You know, Dave McQuinney was great while I was at Toledo Christian, and Sean Mercer over Ottawa Hills, and there's just so many that just reached out and said, hey, you're going to do great at this level. But these are the ins and outs of high school basketball, and it's just only grown from there as I've moved over to St. Ursula.
It's crazy how it just all kind of comes full circle, right?
Yes.
You were at the University of Toledo. Did you ever think you would be returning to Northwest Ohio?
That's a great question. Actually, we joked about that at a Northview game the other night because we were in Georgia, and somebody joked with the big snowstorm recently. They were like, so who brought you guys back up here? And I was like, husband. But it was, I don't know that we knew. Now that we've been here, this is home for our son. He does attend Northview. He's on the Northview basketball team. He plays baseball over there. The school is tremendous to him. So this is home for him. He really has not known anything else.
We mentioned your son plays at Northview. Your husband is also a coach. Take me into your household. What is it like? Are there ever arguments on who has more athletic ability? What does a conversation look like at a dinner table?
Well, there's not a lot of dinner tables, first of all. We do kind of run in circles, and my husband is a better cook than I am. I need that on record. And so there are some competitiveness, and I do think we try to keep each other in check on that. So I think early on in our marriage, we had to kind of say, we're not going to compete daily. And then as my son's gotten bigger, we have to let him venture into his role. Like, we don't want him emulating things that we have done or the careers we have had. He has to create his own life. However, we do have fun with it. We do kind of joke around with each other. It's gotten to be more between the boys now that my son's growing, about more of, hey, Dad, are you going to get as tall as Dad, and this and that. So I think those things are just fun in our household, but it also is helpful because my husband is a coach, and he does understand what I'm going through. And at the same time, like this weekend, he came off the road from Georgia, and I understand his life. Like, I understand he's going to be gone, and he's going to come in and out, and my son's somewhere in the middle, and I think he just has thrived in it. So
it's a different lifestyle.
It is a very different lifestyle, but we're happy. And that's the one thing I've always said, even in front of the kids, is I'm very grateful that both of us have really supported reaching goals. Whatever our goals are, we're very supportive of that. And my son has always risen to that, whatever that be. And we've been very fortunate that he works really hard.